AnimeSecrets.org, the answer to all your burning questions.
Alright, it's time to hit you. I umatemina, umatemina, Kaigan, Kyle, hey bear. Go, 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 go. Now, today, in Toku Secrets, we'll be discussing Kamen Rider episode 6. And I'm Anthony Davis, and I'm joined by...
Hey guys, Rizwan here, also known as CMD Drake on Instagram, Twitter, Blue, commander of Otaku Secrets, and I'm joined by...
Hi guys, I'm Nathan Dasa. I'm also known as Silver Knight on Otaku Sentai Digiranger, and my agent name here on Anime Secrets is Broken Silver. What is going on?
So, time for a Kamen Rider Ghost episode 6 review. Alright, so, I gotta say, I think this is my favorite episode so far that I've seen. Now granted, I'm only on like episode 10 or so, I'm still a little bit behind. But so far, this is one of my favorite ones. It has a really awesome luminary, in my opinion, that we're gonna be looking at a lot more. Beethoven.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Beethoven music. Like, just always love Beethoven. So
That symphony, though.
dude, yeah, I know, right? So, anyway, Takeru is talking to Gramps in the basement as always, and Gramps is trying to clue in Takeru. The next luminary will be Beethoven, and Takeru had like all these notes in mind, like what's he gonna do to get back on track and get all the icons so he can stay living, because living is a good thing and dying kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But Gramps is like, throw it away. That's garbage. You don't need that stuff.
He's like basically telling him like, you aren't a thinker, you are a doer. You just do things.
Yeah.
Which is actually pretty interesting in for a series like this, because you would think that, given by how Takeru is, you would think like, okay, maybe he's a think smarter, but he's actually telling him like, just do your own thing, and you're doing just fine.
Yeah.
Not a lot of mentors slash power givers are like that. They're more less want to do things you know their way, or not fall on with what the protagonist wants.
Their way or the highway. But yeah, so the kidder's a little downcast by that, and before they can go any further into discussing on Beethoven, Akari comes down and says, "Hey, you have another missing." Which, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's turning into like a missing of the week or case of the week kind of deal.
Yeah, pretty much
Which I
exactly
wasn't
like.
expecting.
It's kind of like Kamen Rider W in that regard.
Yeah.
Is this the normal trend for the Kamen Riders to have an
I mean,
episodic something like that?
Yeah, it's pretty common.
Okay.
I mean,
Something
it kind of
has
depends. It kind of depends on the season, in all honesty.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes like something happens, they figure out what it is, they solve it, bing bada boom, it's done.
Think about it.
Because you might have seen that. You might have seen this from like watching maybe like the first 2 episodes of Drive or something. But like, they always had like a case of the week with Drive because they were like some detective agency. So.
Right. Well, that makes sense. Over here, it's more of a. I mean, I guess they're a detective agency, but at the same time, they're also.
They're ghost hunters, so
They're
like
ghost hunters, so. I mean, it's okay. It's just something that I wasn't really. I didn't know what I was getting into a Kamen Rider. I'm still learning the Kamen Rider ways and all.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sentai, I need Monster of the Week. I figured Kamen Rider had Monster of the Week as well, but I figured it come in like different ways. Like, I don't know, but it's pretty cool though. I like it.
and also one thing we mentioned Akari does use that whole like that powder stuff to like make sure that she sees all the ghosts and stuff.
I think it
It
was called
worked.
the.
What's it called?
I think it was called the revealing gas. I'm not sure. I mean,
Yeah, the mist.
Missed, yeah.
Yeah, revealing Mist. That was it.
Yeah.
And it works for like, Gramps and Yurusen, but then Taku immediately disappears and it's like, wait, that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And like then we slowly figure out that like he's not because he is trying to like not see him everybody see him. It's just that he's having such fear and anxiety, it's keeping him from being, visible to everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because this whole thing with being beaten by our mystery Kamen Rider Spectre is what's causing him like to feel this way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So.
So aside from that, we are introduced to a new case where like this girl is having trouble like getting through to her brother who's interested in music. He is a pianist. He plays the piano. He's very good at the piano. He wants to kind of be like the new Beethoven, but except that the hearing thing. Um, and then all of a sudden like there was like no sound whatsoever. Like when I talk to the sister or whatever of the brother, there's no sound. They can't hear anything.
It goes quiet like this.
Except you can't hear that faint thing in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like so quiet. Like
Like-
you can hear a pin drop.
Your TV ruined it, Anthony.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, it's pretty much exactly how it was like 2 seconds ago like 2 minutes ago when I tried to get on Skype and audio wasn't coming out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Man, Beethoven is trying to get to you, man.
well, I better find a way to fight Gamma in that case. It's hard to fight something you can't see, but I'll find a way.
You'll find a way. You'll persevere. For the
Mhm.
greater good. And
Yeah.
Yep.
well,
And before all that happens with the whole thing being quiet is
the whole
that
thing with the whole thing with the thing.
anyway, the brother is being like a complete dick to her sister. Like he just is like shut up, go away. You're being a bother. I'm just kind of like, dude, I already am talking to sisters like that, and he's just lucky I wasn't there. I'll be like, listen to me, slow your roll, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that brother is really an interesting character once you get down to it.
He really is though.
But yeah, after they're done talking to their brother, they head back to the college, and not to the college. Where'd he go after?
No, they didn't go anywhere. There was a Gama attack at the school,
Yeah, but I mean, okay.
and then like Taku he transforms, and what was really interesting about this fight with this Gama is that the Gama does look like a Beethoven-esque creature. It's music wise,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
when they fight, like for almost a full minute, there was like no sound whatsoever. Like you hear
Oh,
them
yeah.
talking, but like it's like the background is just like all quiet. Like all you hear is talking, and you're like, "Well, this is actually pretty interesting."
Yeah, you couldn't even hear like when Takaru was henching, you didn't even hear like that Barashi Mina thing.
Yeah.
So,
Kamen Rider Ghost.
It was- And then as soon as like he had him on the ropes, the Gama, of course.
guess what happens?
Guess who shows up? A black shitty wheel. Dun, 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 dun. Black shitty wheel. Yeah, Kamar shows up.
Spectre.
Spectre shows up.
Spectre. Wow, fail on my part. Anyway, Spectre
And he
shows
just starts like blocking him from attacking the Ganma, and like, no, forget the Ganma. You're fighting me
Yeah.
Hmm.
because you can't forever like keep fighting for other people. You have to fight for yourself at some point, and I'm gonna show you how. And then he attacks.
But what's really cool is that like when our Mr. Kamen Rider Spectre like henshins, he actually does like pose similar to Kamen Rider Black/Black RX, where he like grabs his fist and then he does the henshin pose.
Oh yeah, I just realized that, and that's really awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I've been meaning to watch
That's pretty
Black
cool.
and Black RX because I hear that's a really good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Black and Black RX was the show that was adapted into Saban's Masked Rider show. So us here in America would be kind of familiar with it.
It's
So
Mass Runner is kind of a meh show, but Rex is, from what I've been told,
Masked
was
Rider!
pretty cool.
Masked
Stop it!
Rider!
Stop it!
But it's Masked Rider. It
It's
has Dex and Furby.
screw Dex and screw Furbus too.
Furby.
hey,
It,
that show was so bad that even the Power Rangers universe didn't even know whether or not it wanted to keep it in its own universe. Because remember, there was a Time Force episode where Nadira was watching it on
oh
TV.
yes, I
So
remember
I
that.
forgot about that.
Like she was crying. I was like, is she crying like sadness because the show's that bad? I mean,
You know, that's actually a pretty damn good point. Never
yeah,
thought of that.
I mean,
like it's so bad it just makes you cry up in tears.
Yeah.
and most everybody should remember that because that's the episode where Eric becomes the Quorum Ranger. So yeah, that's an episode that you more than
Huh.
likely saw.
Yep,
I
much
need to
more.
go rewatch that now. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, but anyway, Spectre shows up. You know, he fights Takaru, and he uses Edison on Takaru and beats the crap out of him as usual. And
Yeah, typical thing. Takaru like drops out of his henshin.
Yeah,
So
again. And this time Takeda runs away, leaving
before that,
behind his icon for Edison.
yeah,
not no, I think it was
no,
the Masashi icon.
actually, what happens is that like he tries to use Musashi, but he grabs it, but like Spectre uses his gun to like grab it, and next thing you know, he drops it, and then Akari like grabs it, and she's like, "Well, you're not thinking it's like compliment, whatever." And then you see Spectre, he's kind of like, "Well, I would attack you, but you know, I'm not gonna do it."
Right.
Like,
And
and what I like about this scene is like Akari does not flinch at all. Like she is just like not getting his icon. Like screw you.
Akari is really grown as a character. Like, she's not annoying anymore. I actually like her a lot.
Exactly.
And it really throws out this idea that Mikado and Akari know each other from before, and that's why Spectre doesn't kill her, like attack her, because he's like, I know you, so you get one free pass to do it again, you might die.
Exactly. He just walks away.
Yeah.
And then Takaru was being like a little bitch. Sorry, my language. It's just he really was being a bitch though.
He was I'll give you this one, Anthony. That was really bad form on his part too.
Yeah.
Powering, but at the same time, I mean, he can't beat him. There's no way for him right now, power-wise, skill-wise, anything, to even dent him, and yet he is going for more. That has to give you some kind of confidence, at least, in him.
Exactly. But like, I feel even though he wasn't gonna win, he still shouldn't have cowered like that because now it makes him look bad and makes Akari, who isn't even a Kamen Rider, look more heroic than you are. And you have this power, and you're a ghost. You cannot die.
yeah,
You're
of
already
course.
dead.
Spoilers: Akari's the next Kamen Rider to come out of the woodwork.
That would be amazing because you know something, Toei, you need to give us a female writer that doesn't die and isn't just a movie exclusive writer. Give us a regular female writer.
Wait,
or is
there
or
isn't
isn't
one?
just or just not one that's being used with the same color scheme, and don't be lazy with it either.
I mean, the only two ones that I know, like, there was a movie exclusive writer in Forze, and her design was really just like take Forze's design and like recolor it a little bit. And then there was one in Gaim, and she was a regular writer for a little bit. Then, spoiler alert, she dies at the end. So,
She was important though.
Yeah.
And then there was
but
one in Kamen Rider Wizard, but then again, like they had the same design for two different colors, so it's not really a
oh,
big deal.
oh yeah, but those writers were so forgettable. So yeah, that explains why I couldn't forget it. Why I didn't remember that one.
I can't believe you never had a female writer as like a regular. That's just wow. I mean, I guess it makes sense given it's like geared more towards like the male audience, but at the same time, cater at least to the females a little bit.
Exactly.
Like,
Yep.
even Sentai has like females every season. Like, come on, go to program here, guys.
Hey, and Sentai has also technically had a female Sixth Ranger and Go Launcher, so Sentai is technically being a bit more progressive than Kamen Rider.
And they
Hmm.
technically had a red female ranger too with
Yeah,
Sinkenser.
Shinkenger.
Yeah, so that's progress right there.
So, Kamen Rider, what's your problem, dude? What's your problem? You a little scared of your masculinity or something? Like, what's
Hmm.
going on? Anyway, back to the review, because that's what we're here for. Back in the music room, the brother finishes the competition that he was writing the music for, and after he's done writing it, he goes over to Beethoven's original music papers that he has, and it's starting to get really excited about being like really legendary, really powerful, this, that, and the other. But the Ganma of Beethoven tells him, "You won't be truly legendary until you die."
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So the brother,
yes.
like an idiot, runs out, and the scene goes to Spectre in human form at some place talking to his
I was
sister and
about,
Icon.
I was gonna say like,
Go for it.
yes, Sasuke, let the hate flow through you.
Okay, Darth
Then dark
Anthony.
side, dark side.
Darth Anthony.
It was just right there, man. I mean, like me and
Oh,
Nathan,
man.
like Nathan was saying, previous. This is what we should have gotten from Wizard. Like the Gamma should have been like how the Phantom should have been in Wizard, influencing these
Hmm.
people, driving them into deeper darkness, and turning them into creatures. It's just something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Wizard's whole premise was like, oh, this picture makes you feel good about yourself. Well, how would you feel if I destroy it? And
Yeah,
then,
sadness, tears, and all that stuff. Really.
Stuff.
so yeah, this is so much better, like how they're doing it.
And we finally get a name for our Spectre character, and his name is Makoto.
Yeah, FYI, we've been saying Makoto on and off in our videos for a while now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But this is
And
when
we
he officially says it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we learned this because he he's holding up this icon and he's actually talking to it, and this female voice is who, spoiler alert, is his little sister,
Not really a
is
spoiler
coming
at this
up from
point.
the icon. So
Not really spoiler, yeah. She does say
so
Makoto Nichan or something in that regard.
mhm.
And the sister tells him, "I know you're thinking about how you and Akari used to be, dun dun dun, friends."
Dun dun dun.
So, this tells you right away two things. One, Akari and Makoto are friends. Two, there's a distinct, strong possibility that given Akari and Takeda are really good friends from like childhood onward, then that must mean that Makoto also knew them in childhood. And if he recognizes Akari, why does he not recognize Takeru? Or does he just not care? Did Takeru do something to offend him?
We'll find out about that much later.
Next time on Kamen Rider Ghost.
Now that you mention it, like he did seem like he had like a really big grudge against him, honestly, because like
Mm-hmm.
he does know who
Mhm.
he is, because I can tell he's like, you know, you were always he talked like he always knew him, like you were always weak, you're this is the best you could do, like
Yeah.
Yeah, in like 2 episodes, we actually get more of a explanation on why he like this personal bitterness that he has toward Takaru, but we have to wait for the appropriate episode to talk about that.
Next time on Kamen Rider Ghost.
So as he's talking, Aran, one of the high Gamma guys,
The blonde
he
guy who's
arrives.
been around for a bit.
yeah.
Yeah, he arrives and asks Makoto if he's helping out, and he gets an icon. I think it's the Edison one to borrow,
Mm-hmm.
and then Aran makes comments that he doesn't know what Makoto's true goals are. So then after that, we cut back to the temple. Takaru still hasn't shown himself. Uh, and Onari and Akari, they're talking to Yoko. She's the little sister of the guy who, the victim of the day, I guess we can call them these kind of people now. And and then after that, she starts talking about a little bit more of the past about her brother. He used to be this kind guy. Then this person, who in a flashback is revealed to be that mysterious man who's carrying around a briefcase, wears a hat, and has these really creepy looking teeth.
No, his
Um,
teeth are really, really messed up. He needs to see a dentist.
I
oh
find that's
yeah.
more common than not, actually.
Even still, though, like you're just kind of like, dude, they just have bad dental plans there. I'm not trying to offend any Japanese people whatsoever. I'm asking it like as concern. Like, is that commonplace for them? Just they just can't get anything fixed for
Well,
their teeth.
well, I've seen Bulk and Black's teeth, so I guess I can get past that a little bit. Because for those of you who haven't seen Bokenj, I mean, it's a good show, but Bulk and Black has some pretty bad teeth. So,
Yeah, I just want
uh,
people, when people think I'm making fun of the Japanese people because some of them have like like not good teeth. It's just I'm just concerned as out of concern. Honestly,
Hmm.
it really is.
okay, so what the mysterious man did was that she gave her brother, and I think his name is Kosuke or something.
Yeah.
Uh, she gave him Beethoven's sheet music as well as some other supplies. And while Onari is comforting her, Akari thinks that she knows where Takaru is. So she goes under the temple, like underground, like kind of like under the porch, kind of like where you might see some kids like playing around sometimes. Uh, or kids like back in the day. I don't know what kids do these days, but she
Hmm.
goes to his favorite place, and she gets the feeling that he's there because he apparently went there always whenever he was in trouble or when he was scared. And she can't see him, but she sits down next to the place where he's sitting down, and this is a scene where she lets out her feelings, like she's really overwhelmed by all this stuff that's been going down, like with him dying and the fight against the Ganma and everything. And but she still feels that everything is all right as long as Takaru's around, and she doesn't know what she can do to help. But basically, this is like her coming here and she's saying like, I don't know what I can do to help, but I want you to know that like I'm here for you and we're all still friends and everything. So after that, a mailman gives Onari a package, and apparently someone is threatening to jump off a building while holding some sheet music. So you can obviously guess who it is. It's Kosuke preparing to kill himself so that he
I
can turn his music.
also I also admire like the mailman just like he's very concerned. Like he actually like took time out of his day to like say, hey, like someone's actually trying to kill himself. Like
Well, I'm not surprised at the fact that he mentioned it because what I imagine the Japanese, like whenever they have like the postal guy go by, he could also be given like some information like news of like what he's seen during the day. See, he's riding on a bike. He sees a lot more than you've seen at like post office car
yeah,
person.
like yeah, he's kind of like
So
our
I mean, if he's
go-to
known
guy.
these people for years, he'd be like, yeah. So I just rode my bike by on the way on my route, and I saw this dude about to jump off a building.
Like someone should do
So,
something about it. Yeah, like someone should do something about it.
so like he tells them, but the thing that really struck me as awesome about him, he didn't continue on his way. He followed them
Yeah, like that's
because,
what I was talking about.
yeah. Well, I mean that's what amazed me is because he followed them, giving up his postal route for a little bit to go be a good human to like support these people he's never met before.
I swear, some Japanese people like they're really, really good people.
Yeah.
So, so Anari, Akari, Yoko, and I think the mailman is with them. They arrive at the rooftop, and Kosuke is ready to kill himself. And then Takaru arrives, and while he's still invisible, he points out that Beethoven wanted to commit suicide when he lost his hearing, but he ultimately didn't give in, and because he didn't commit suicide, that he was able to create more masterpieces.
Hmm.
And and uh, and then when Akari asks Kosuke why he wants to be remembered in history so badly, he's like Kosuke is pretty much like there's no point in only living, you might as well be dead.
And
And now go ahead, Anthony.
of course, this is the moment where like we're like, yes, Takuru's finally gonna be like, that's not true. You know, you should not give up, not take it like you take death so serious. No, not so seriously. You should always want to live and blah blah. You know, he does his little like hugging, you know, of life thing.
You know,
I
he
thought
hasn't done that for a while.
he really hasn't.
Like, I want to say he hadn't done this, like, episode 3.
Yeah, exactly. So after he says that, Yoko starts getting all sad because her brother's ready to commit suicide, and then Akari gives another motivational speech, like, pretty much saying like, you want to commit suicide when there's someone here that really cares about you. Like, that is so selfish.
And
and
Hmm.
despicable.
It is despicable.
and and while this entire thing is happening, actually, Makoto was actually watching this entire event, and that's when Dakaru finally decides, like, you know what, I have people who care about me and they're supporting me, so until I do officially die, I'm going to live burning brightly. And he comes up, uh, so he gives some motivation for Kosuke, and Kosuke gets off the ledge, then the Gamma and then the Gamma appears, and he like literally tries to force the guy off the ledge. But then here comes Dakaru, and he he hugs Kosuke and a tear, because tears are just magic in every single tokusatsu show.
Yeah.
Um,
My tears
uh,
will heal the universe.
I
Actually,
mean,
it actually kind of has. I mean, think about Andros.
yep, Andros's tears brought Corone back to life, and Corone's tears turned that Stone Warrior back to life. So tears are
Yeah.
pretty. Tears are magic. So
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
believe in magic,
Magic, magic, magic. Oh, go on.
no,
Go ahead, Nathan.
Yeah, sorry, man. I had to do that, dude.
no. No, I was the one who pointed out that tears are magic thing anyway. So, but
Magic.
so the Gamma's hold is broken, and then Takaru pensions, and when this sheet music from Beethoven starts glowing, he's able to use his ghost powers to uh, create a new icon, the Beethoven icon.
A really awesome icon.
It really is.
Like,
It
the best icon I've seen yet.
and very underused icon, by the way. Mm.
And so of course, like all his new icons, Dakaru is able to take on a new Damashi. Those are the names of his forms, by the way. And he he goes into a Beethoven form, and he's basically able to he's able to like use this energy that creates like more beautiful music that like outmatches this Gamma's horrible music.
Yeah. And the look on Akari's face when she's like listening to his music, she's like all like, I feel like this is like her moment, like yeah, like yes, this is what I kind of like the most.
Yeah.
Like she really enjoyed it. Like she was just like listening
Oh, they
along
loved
with.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, she freaking loved that shit.
But then, unfortunately, and this is kind of a problem with some of the alternate forms of Kamen Riders, this new form actually does not give Takaru a new finisher, which sucks. So he basically uses the Beethoven, and this isn't an issue that's addressed in the episode. This is just something that I'm pointing out. Like, it doesn't give him a finisher, so he uses it to weaken the Ganma. Then he takes the Musashi icon, because of course he does, because that's like his favorite one, and he uses that to defeat the Ganma. Um, then we see Makoto. He's talking with his sister, and she's happy that it worked out for Takaru. And for once, we actually see Makoto smile a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
saying that he'll let Takaru enjoy this victory. And then after that, everything ends up good. Uh, everything everything ends up good. Yoko is sends the temple a letter saying that she's learning music with her brother, and they're rebuilding their relationship. Um, and of course, Takaru is talking about to Akari about what she said under the temple, but she's still hanging on that whole "I'll explain all this with science" later. So I guess not everything's gonna change in one episode, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then after that, the episode ends with we have Gramps and he's talking to this monolith in the lab, and it's time to dun 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 take the next step, and that's how the episode ends.
That was probably one of my favorite episodes ever.
It was a really good
Beethoven
episode.
really did a great job. Like, well, look, not Beethoven, but like the Beethoven elements really made the story that much more better to me personally.
Mm-hmm. I uh, I mean, I don't know. I guess the episode with like the whole it seemed like a cool parallel to Beethoven's arc with like bringing in the suicide thing because
Mhm.
I mean I don't know I mean I do listen to Beethoven a lot, like I love him. I don't know as much about his past as like other people do, but bringing up the whole idea that like he committed suicide be- he almost committed suicide because of his losing his ear, like his hearing. That was actually kind of a cool thing to bring up in this guy's case because I mean, in the end, it kind of teaches kids a cool lesson. Like, you seem miserable or you're so just, or like you think that life just isn't worth living. Like, you should always know that there's people here who care about you, and committing
Yeah.
Yeah.
suicide isn't going to do you any good. Like, I mean, it's kind of like this meme that I once saw. Like, committing suicide does not like solve all your life problems and make everything good. It just eliminates all the chances of anything getting better for you. So
Exactly.
that's a great lesson to teach.
So,
I mean, it's for
okay.
adults and for kids, so that's good.
So I finally figured out. Remember in the beginning of this episode, I was kind of like not like in the formula, but I couldn't explain why I didn't like the episode of the week kind of thing.
Mm.
Hmm.
I kind of figure. I think I know why I don't like it now. It's every episode has like it has a certain formula. Gramps and Takedo are talking in the basement. Takedo doesn't even get a chance to figure out who the next luminary is. Gramps is like, oh, it's Edison. Oh, it's Beethoven. Oh, you're looking for whoever. Like, there's no chance for Takedo to really like go out and figure it out on his own. Like, I'm okay with the paranormal investigation thing. Like, they can bring a new case in, but don't spoil it right at the beginning of the episode. Like where you say, oh, this is gonna be Beethoven. Oh, this is gonna be Billy the Kid. It's gonna be I don't know, George Washington or something. Like, let us have some suspense for a while.
Oh, they changed that like immediately after like a few episodes, so it's gonna
Okay,
change. Trust me.
that's good. Cause that's been kind of bugging me a little bit more than I realized. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the matter.
I guess you just have to say stuff, Anthony.
Yeah. The only real thing I didn't like about this episode was the fact that Takeru didn't use Beethoven to its fullest. Like no, there's no Omega Drive for it, and he immediately used Musashi afterwards. I'm like, you had the icon of the day, use the icon of the day to finish them off.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Going to your favorite Musashi kind of ruins the whole deal. Like, oh, this is supposed to be music, but yeah, I'm gonna use my samurai. Like, yay! Like, no.
because music and samurai go well together perfectly.
Right?
That made no sense to me whatsoever. I'm just like, okay,
But aside from like a technical aspect with the action, like the plot of the episode is really good.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like nothing. The episode was bad except for that thing I just mentioned. But other than that, it was a good episode.
Yeah.
And
And
the
we get a
fact
bit
that,
more.
yeah. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Mason.
I was just gonna say like, and we get a bit more fleshing out for Spectre, which is great. So
Yeah. Oh, we got a lot of Spectre, and I'm actually really excited for the next couple because we're gonna get even more Spectre.
Yay.
So we're done here, unless you'll have more thoughts, because I have nothing else to say.
I've said all I need to say.
I'm liking Makoto's character more and more. Like now we have a reason why he's doing what he's doing.
Hmm.
It's so that he can get so he can find a way to get his sister back from wherever she is.
Mhm.
I mean, all I can say is that I mean, without giving too much away in the next few episodes, like the problem that I had with him at first was that I don't like these cliched anti-hero like secondary writers where like I mean, it kind of reminded me a lot, and I don't mean to spoil too much for Anthony since he's watching the series that I'm about to mention, but Kamen
Yeah.
Rider Axel, like he
Yeah.
just seemed like so much of a cliche. Like he wants to avenge the death of his family, but and you can understand why he can be a little bitter towards that.
Right.
But he's treating the main rider or riders since like
Yeah, it's two of them. Yeah.
it's like two in one. Like he's treating them like like he's being a jerk to them, almost as to be like, "You're the reason that my family was killed," or something like that. But and you're just like, no, okay, we understand why you tend to be bitter, but you don't have to be a jerk to everyone. And this time, I get the revenge story, and they give like a legit reason on why he's a jerk to the main writer, and we'll get more into that later.
Hmm.
But yeah, so that's what really like Spectre is kind of a cliche, but they're doing it a lot better this time. So I
Yeah.
still I still think he's probably the second best secondary writer now, next to Meteor from Forze. But I don't know. I mean, we still got a long way to go with this series, so I could consider him my favorite by the end of the show.
Well, he's my favorite because I've not seen either Kamen Rider, but that's just me. Anyway, we're Toku Secrets. I think we're done here. So as always, like, subscribe, comment. Still working on the iTunes thing. It's taking a bit longer than I expected with the just getting our channel art together and everything else. But I will let you know when that's up. However, our other podcast, Animated Classified, is on iTunes, and you guys should totally go subscribe to us on there. And you can use any of your favorite podcast apps on your phone to also find us on there. It'll come up like right away. So give us a like on everything, subscribe, and
Hmm.
help us out. Until next time, peace out.
Peace.
Hey, you! Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. You can also check out Anime Secrets on Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook. Do you want more than that? I know you do. Then go to our website where you can see daily updates and articles and exclusive interviews.